50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 608. Today is Sunday, December 28th, 2025. Only a few more days till the new year, kid. How we doing?
Doing good, Dill. You know, AFC East champion, so that's a good feeling, good crown to have. Dominated performance today, so feeling good, Dill. Feeling good.
Yeah, it was a dominating performance. We had some pretty good games in week 17. I think me and Joe, we had a pretty good day. I think Joe went a little 500. We'll see how you did. We did read out your plays on the pod for a few days ago. So, yeah, let's get right into it, kid. We got a lot to talk about. We'll recap week 17. We'll talk about Monday Night Football between the Rams and the Falcons, and then we'll get up on out of here. We'll start with the 1 o'clock slate, and I feel like you said it in the group chat with me and Joey. You had an inkling that the Browns were going to win this, and it was all going to come down to week 18. I hope you bet it, 1. And 2, even though Shedeur Sanders didn't look good, he did enough to win the game. I feel bad for Myles Garrett. He still has never sacked Aaron Rodgers. He didn't get the record today, but he had that one nice pass to Hannon Farron Jr., the touchdown. Wound up getting out of the game after that. But outside of that, hey, they missed DK, and to be honest, I don't know whose idea was it to go after Denzel Ward 3 plays in a row. Not smart.
Yeah. I'll be honest, Dill. You know, I think a lot of people was on the Steelers today thinking they would take advantage of the opportunity not to face the Ravens. You know, I thought Pittsburgh Steelers would come out with a little more intensity, a little more urgency, honestly, because why not take, next week as a bye week? Now you got to play for the division and your playoff spot for your playoff lives next week. So just thought the Steelers came out flat. I understand no DK Metcalf. It's a huge loss to the offense, but, it's the Cleveland Browns. I thought the Steelers at least had enough to at least win the game. I'm kind of surprised at the outcome. Only 6 total points. Shout out the Browns defense, but like you said, Shedeur didn't have the best game, but he played well enough to win the game. I think this is third career win, second career win. So good credit to Shedeur Sanders. Hopefully Myles Garrett get the record next week, but
doesn't look good. We were saying this a few weeks back, like hell, he's gonna blow away with it. He's down to his last week, so hopefully he does get it. With the Browns win today, though, they do move to 6th in the draft order for right now. So maybe not the best for Browns backers. But yeah, it's gonna come all down. We'll see what time they play next week and what day. But yeah.
I'm a say it now. It's gonna be Sunday Night Football 8:20 for the division. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, they're gonna flex it to Sunday Night Football. I think it's gonna be most likely the most important game of week 18.
Well, if San Francisco wins, the 1 seed.
Then the 1 seed is live between them and the Seahawks week 18. Yeah. So that's going to be a great game, but we both know, Dill, which game will get more eyes. Steelers, Ravens, or Seahawks, 49ers. It's going to be Steelers and Ravens.
I really hope Alex Shuck wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, they've won Tyler. What I say, Alex?
I think you said Alex. I don't even know.
Yeah, but Tyler Shuck, man, what a game. 22 for 27, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, led the comeback. Estime, he's a pretty good running back, too. I'll give him credit. Chris Olave had a really nice game. Jawan Johnson had a nice game. Obviously they're not playing for anything, but, this Saints team, they've won 4 in a row, and they're building momentum, and maybe they don't draft a quarterback, and right now, he is second to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But if he wins out and wins 5 games in a row, he should win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But right now it's Terrion McMillan at -115. We'll see how Carolina ends up playing. But, yeah, I'm impressed with this rookie kid. I really am.
I'm not even going to lie, kid. today was an impressive performance. I understand it's the Tennessee Titans, but 22 for 27, two tutties, 333 passing yards, no interceptions. To me, that was an impressive game by the rookie Tyler Shaw. Not for nothing. I think he done enough these last couple weeks. I think he at least earned maybe another year. I think honestly, Dill, you give him, another wide receiver, you get him a consistent running game. We know Alvin Kamara's been battling with an injury or a year, and then that defense could make a little noise, Dill. I think Tyler Shuck could be a pretty good quarterback.
I
I think
agree.
we still got to see it, for a couple more weeks, but we can't deny the second half of the season, he's been honestly the best rookie quarterback this year. And I'll be honest, I don't think it's even been close.
No, not
I
even.
think Cam Ward is okay. I think Shedeur Sanders, we all been liking him play. JJ McCarthy, technically a rookie, but Tyler Shaw is the most impressive rookie this season. So give credit to him. Give credit to Kellen Moore. I
That's the
think that,
key, I think.
yeah, I'm not
Moore.
sure if he's the franchise guy, but if I'm the Saints, I'm not eager to draft a quarterback with the 6th overall pick next year.
He's certainly making himself a case. He's definitely going to have a job next year. That's for damn sure, especially if they win out and win 5 games in a row and win 7 games. No one expected that from him. He didn't even win the job against him and Spencer Rattler. So, yeah, it was great to see. He got my vote for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jags sneak out of Indianapolis with the win. They still have a chance for the 1 seed. They still have a chance for the division's not locked up yet. We'll see what happens in week 18, but it was a good win. Trevor Lawrence finally turned the ball over. I didn't think it was his best game, if I'm being honest. Travis Etienne, he had a good game, and so did Parker Washington. But, I thought Phillip Rivers played actually pretty well. I mean, defense played well. Jonathan Taylor ran the ball well, but it's hard to get anything going with Phillip Rivers at that age. He was kind of emotional. They're eliminated, so there's speculation that he's probably not going to play next week. But, you got to give credit for a 45-year-old guy to come back and play the last 3-4 weeks of the season and do what he was able to do. You got to tip your cap to him, I think.
Yeah, definitely shout out Phillip Rivers. I think me personally, I think he played much better than I anticipated a 45-year-old to come to play after, being out of the NFL 4 seasons and then coming in, week 14, week 13. I think he played much better than a lot of people anticipated, especially me. I think Trevor Lawrence and that offense, coming down double digits, and they were down 10-0 early on. To win this game on the road, I understand it's Phillip Rivers and company, but that was still an impressive win today by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like you said, Travis Etienne ran the ball well. Trevor Lawrence didn't play great, but didn't play bad. Honestly, 23 for 37. I'll take that. I understand he had the interception early on, but I think Trevor Lawrence had himself a pretty good game. Parker Washington had himself a good game. Shout out Strange, the tight end. He had himself a good game. It's just, this at the end, Phillip Rivers gave them everything they got. Jonathan Taylor ran the ball decent. Tyler Warren leading pass catcher, Mo Ali Cox with the tutty. But at the end of the day, we know what the Colts are. They lost 6 straight games since the injury of Daniel Jones. Give credit to the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game after being down double digits on the road. Now they're setting themselves up. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a 12-win team.
Yep.
Might win the division, and like you said, though, they have an outside shot at the number 1 seed. I will love their
They
chances.
need some help, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. They have a shot.
Yeah, they have a shot. They've won 7 in a row. The only team to win more right now is the team on their ass, the Houston Texans. So we'll see. Oh, fuck, I forgot. There were Saturday games. I'm so fucking lost. I'm sorry. I'm coming off a fucking plane right now, and I'm all over the place. But it's good for the Jets. I'll say this. Indianapolis, they've lost 6 in a row. If they lose one more, Jets might have they're going to get a top 5 pick. And then Indianapolis right now is at 18. If Minnesota wins and Indianapolis lose, they could get into the top 15, top 16 Jets. So shout out to Jets. Great management. Dog of the day, Cashes. Keep the points. We didn't need it. Miami Dolphins. Shout out Quinn Ewers. I am done with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, that was a disappointment today with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm not
They
sure
stink.
if they're odds, but I'm pretty sure the Panthers won the division today.
No, they didn't. It's all coming down to Week 18 next week,
And that's a shame because the Tampa
Carolina
Bay
lost.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Bucks have been playing like dog shit.
For the last month or so, month and a half, this team is terrible. They've lost 4 in a row. Baker is not playing well. He's hurt. They can't run the ball. Todd Bowles makes up every excuse. Shout out Jalen McMillan, though. Since he came back, he's kind of come on. Chris Godwin, it was nice to see him have a nice 100-yard game. But you let Quinn Ewers beat you, and you didn't turn him over and only sacked him twice. That's a bad look. Todd Bowles is gone. If they lose it, do you know the line for next week, by the way? The Carolina Tampa Bay.
Is that Carolina, right?
It is it's in Tampa.
Tampa can't be favored. I'm gonna say Panthers 2.5.
In Tampa, Carolina, and it's the Sunday night football. Right now it's at 1:00.
Yeah, everything.
We don't know the time. Yeah, everything.
Yeah, we won't know till I'm gonna assume Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah,
after Monday Night Football.
Right now, Tampa is -3.
Wow, take the
+3 for Carolina. They're the better team. Yesterday,
I'm gonna take it right now.
You told me earlier, we were in a group chat, and you were like, "Hey, listen, Carolina beat the LA Rams at home, and Seattle played much better in Carolina than the LA Rams."
I already hit. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I already hit Christian McCaffrey 70+ rushing yards at -112.
Yeah, he's going
disrespectful
crazy.
number.
Disrespectful. Crazy.
Yeah, disrespectful number.
How can you just the eye test? How can you look at Carolina and not think they're not the better team right now? So they might be my dog of the week right now. I love Carolina next week.
Yeah, +3. Wow. Yeah, for the people listening live right now, what have the Tampa Bay Bucks shown you in the past month? In the month of December, they could not just win this game, beat the Panthers to win the division. I think we've seen the Bucks at their very best in the beginning of the season, where Baker Mayfield, I think at one point he should have been the favorite at MVP. I don't know if he ever was, but Baker Mayfield was playing like an MVP candidate the first 5-6 weeks of the season. Then all the injuries happened. We was like, oh, when they get healthy, they'll be back. All the guys are back from injuries. The offense still struggling. Defense has been honestly the worst part for these past month. I think that this loss today, and majority of the losses the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, has to be on Todd Bowles. He's been a defensive guru, you could say, a defensive coach, a great DC if you ask me. And some of these games came down to their defense not able to get a stop. So I'm gonna be honest, Todd Bowles, if you're not able to beat Carolina, I understand you're a favorite. I don't think you should be a favorite. But if you're not able to beat Carolina to win the division, I hate to say it, but Todd Bowles, you deserve to be fired.
Yeah, Todd Bowles is on the hot seat, and I think he's gone. I mean, it's too much right now.
Well, if he wins the division, that secures your job. Come on.
He's 3-4 at home this year, and they're 3-point favorites.
No, like I said, I'm already taking the +3 as we speak. Yeah.
8-0, the New England Patriots, only team to finish undefeated on the road. You guys smoke us 42-10. Drake May, I think you guys went 6 for 6 in your first 6 drives, scoring touchdowns. Obviously, it was never going to be close. This should have been my lock. But
I'm surprised it wasn't.
Yeah, no. Well, I laid the 4 or the 13, whatever you had, 13 or 14. It really didn't matter. But yeah, I mean, the Jets are in an all-time tank. I guess the only thing I thought was like, Mike Vrabel was trying to put it on us for no reason. Like, you guys were gonna win. Like, you didn't need to put that extra touchdown, but it is what it is. I don't care. The Jets are in prime position to get the number 1 seed. We are tied with the Giants for the 2 seed. Hopefully the Vegas wins next week, but we'll see. Right now we're at the number 3 pick, so that's all I care about. But good win. You lock up the division first time in what, 2-3 years?
I think 2019.
Okay, so like 5-6 years. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I think Drake May. I looked at the odds. He's +200 right now, +250. I understand it was the Jets people, but what Drake May was able to do today, he should be the front runner. Damn, scored again. What a shootout for Sunday Night Football. I'm surprised at that.
Brock Purdy again.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's fucking shootout. Did not expect that. Give credit to New England Patriots. Heavy favorite today. Drake May 5 passing touchdowns to 5 different wide receivers. It was nice to see Travion Henderson back in the lineup. Stevenson scored a touchdown as well. Diggs had another 100-yard game. Hunter Henry found the end zone. And defensively, turned the ball over a couple times. It's the Jets. I'm not gonna, hang too much, but I think Drake May at least showing everybody he might be the MVP of the league. Still, I understand it's the New York Jets, but the guy I think started the game 11 for 11 or 12 for 12 with 3 tutties. Ran the ball well, passed the ball well.
He was having fun out there.
And we were down multiple guys, defensive, offensive line, wide receivers. So, to me, I think Drake May, I understand he might not win the award, but in my opinion, he at least solidified he might be the MVP of the league.
Yeah, maybe if not this year, definitely within the next 2 to 3 years, he's going to win an MVP. So, yeah, he's fantastic. Seattle, they cover -7 over the Carolina Panthers. Panthers really didn't need this one. I'm still on the trend. They win one, lose one. That means next week they're going to win the division. 8-8. I mean, when Bryce Young only throws for 54 yards, I get it's a good defense, but damn.
Come on.
Yeah, no,
Come on.
I took his under 189.5. I said, damn, that's high. I was like, I know Bryce Young's had a better season, but against this defense, and it's not even like Sam Darnold had a good game either. Zach Charbonnet is a beast. I mean, at the goal line, they just feed him the ball. JSN had a good game as well. Easy win for the Seahawks. They cover. Game goes under the total. And if with a win next week against 49ers, if the 49ers could hang on, they will play for the number 1 seed in the NFC. So everything on the line. And then Carolina still with an opportunity on the road against Tampa, like I said, in their 3-point underdog. So, yeah, that's what I had on this game.
Yeah, another impressive win by the Seattle Seahawks. We saw the Carolina Panthers. They've been playing well as of late. They beat the Rams, divisional opponent with the Seahawks just a couple weeks ago in Carolina as a 9.5-point dog. I expected more from Carolina. Give credit to Seattle walking out with a victory, an impressive victory at that. But like you said, Bryce Young only 54 passing yards. That's a little concerning. Rico Dowd held to the team totaled under 100 yards. Couldn't pass the ball at all. To me, the offense struggled a lot. Put it like this. There's something Todd Bowles could see on tape and build off. So that's not a good sign for the Carolina Panthers. And for the Seahawks, though, yes, an impressive win, but this is a couple weeks in a row. Even back to the Rams game where they won on Thursday night, Sammy D hasn't been, let's just say, that impressive. He hasn't been Sammy D from early on in the season. So can the defense in that running game carry him throughout the playoffs? We're going to see about that. I think Sammy D at least proven he's for real. He's not the Sammy D we saw on the Jets. Yeah. He's the Sammy D we saw this year and also last year. So, that's good to see. But heading into the playoffs, especially these last few weeks of the season, we haven't seen Sammy D play at his best. And to me, you want to have Sammy D at least hot, playing at his best, trending, heading towards the playoffs. Right now, we're not seeing that, but no, we're not. Impressive win.
Giants said, fuck the pick. We're going to win this game. And
blew him out.
They blew him out. Geno Smith is terrible. He wound up leaving the game. Real quick, just because there's nothing real. Shout out Wan'Dale Robinson going over 1,000 yards this season. One bright spot, I'll say. But I want to get your thoughts, and I didn't get to talk to you last episode. Thoughts on the whole Max Crosby situation. He was apparently he was playing with this knee injury the whole year, and then they wind up putting him on IR, so he's going to miss the last 2 games today and next week. Very upset about that, even though, he's a competitive guy. He wants to go out there, get some sacks, help his team. And then the next day after they put him on IR, apparently he had a very strong disagreement with Pete Carroll, leaves the facility, and then posts on his IG him playing ball with his kid. And like, hey, my knee's pretty fine, and you put me on IR. I thought that was kind of funny, but Thoughts on Max Crosby's situation, I guess.
Hope he gets traded to the New England Patriots. That would be great for like a second and a third round pick because we have a lot of picks, and the Raiders desperately needs to rebuild. Let's start there. I'm gonna be honest though. I think the Raiders' end goal was to lose this game, get the number one pick, and start a rebuild. Right. So I'm not mad at them for that. I think Max Crosby needs to understand he's a generational talent, and him being so talented might have wrecked the game and ruined the Las Vegas Raiders' chances of landing the first overall pick. And I think the front office, management, Tom Brady, and ownership did not want that to happen. So I think it was the best, and not for none. I think it was the right call. Don't get me wrong. Do I feel for Max Crosby because he's a competitor? He wants to be on the field. He wants to be out there with his teammates and wants to play. I'm not mad at him at one bit, but this is about the future. And right now, Max, the future is bigger than you. So I'm not mad at Max Crosby at all. I think he's a hell of a player.
Him?
Absolutely not. I'm trying to get the future quarterback of the franchise. I'm trying to get me a quarterback that's going to be the franchise guy, not just for today, but for tomorrow, Dill. That's the thing Max Crosby needs to at least think about. He was worried about playing to today.
Yeah.
The Raiders are thinking about tomorrow. So not mad at the Raiders at one bit. Not mad at them. And I feel Crosby frustration at the end of the day. I do understand it, but you got to look at the bigger picture. So request a trade to the New England Patriots. We got capital.
Yeah, I think his time is running very thin there in Las Vegas. It seems like the frustration is growing stronger and stronger for Max Crosby. So hopefully they do free him.
And not for nothing, he's still in his prime. Raiders are what, minimum 3 years away? Unless they
5 years.
Yeah, unless they have a Jaden Daniels situation where the quarterback, whoever it is, just comes out and lights it up. So I highly doubt it. I wish them the best, but if I'm the Raiders, why not get a couple of draft picks for Max Crosby? Why not?
Outside of the Vegas Raiders, Arizona, they're tanking too. They got into the top 5 too. They've lost 8 in a row. Bengals, good win. They wound up putting my boy Joe Flacco in the game for a little bit. They blew him out. Chase Brown has really had a nice second half of the season as well. Shout out Trey McBride. He broke the record receptions cast as a tight end today. I think he has over 120 as a tight end. He is the best. I'm sorry. I know he's on a shit team, but he is the best tight end in the league. And if you don't think so, I don't think you're just watching the NFL. But I guess that's a one bright spot for them. They have the best tight end in the league. But, yeah, this is a really bad team as well.
Yeah, give credit to the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow looked elite today. He did get sacked 3 times, but 24 for 31, 305, 2 tutties. It was nice to see Jamar Chase get in the end zone. He had 2 tutties. Chase Brown, like you said, been having a monster second half of the season. He had over 100 yards and 2 tutties as well. What we expect from the Cincinnati Bengals offense when healthy. And then for the Arizona Cardinals, like you said, I'm not going to say they were taken, but they lost 8 straight games. Kyler Murray shut them down early on the season.
They tanked it back in October.
Yeah, and also they dealt with a lot of injuries. Let's not forget, I think they had one of the most injured running back rooms in all of the league. Marvin Harrison, I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh, he did play. Wow, he did return today. So shout out Marvin. He didn't, do anything, but it was nice to see him at least active. Hopefully the Cardinals, I'm not sure if they're going to go quarterback or if Kyler Murray's going to be their guy, but definitely tough decisions to be made this offseason with the Arizona Cardinals.
Probably the best game in the Week 17, maybe outside of Sunday Night Football, because this is a shootout. The Eagles, 13, Bills, 12. I mean, I was watching it on the plane. They had TV, so I was watching. I was locked in.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was fire. What a game. I mean, for 3 quarters, it was 13-0, and what do you know? Here come the Buffalo Bills again. They come back. They scored twice. Then they go for 2, and I'm not going to lie, the guy, I don't know who it was, but he was open, and Josh Allen was a little off balance throwing it, pushed it to the corner a little too much. Eagles got lucky, and that defense is fantastic. Vic Fangio had the boys playing. That secondary is fantastic. I thought they ran the ball pretty good. And I guess the only concerning thing for the offense, Jalen Hurts not completing a pass in the second half is crazy. That shit was crazy to me. But shout out Brandon Cooks, though. A little throwback game, over 100 yards. It was nice to see him have a good game. But yeah, Buffalo, if they would have won, they would have had an opportunity for the division. But they're still in. Maybe we'll see these two teams down the road. And what a game, though. I thought Josh Allen played good, but he missed the most important throw.
Yeah, I think this was a defensive battle. Great game by both sides. I think the Philadelphia Eagles. I was on Buffalo on this game, but I think the Philadelphia Eagles defense has at least shown they're a championship defense. Holding Josh Allen, I understand he got there with his legs, but not able to have a passing touchdown. Got sacked 5 times. I think the Philadelphia Eagles give this Buffalo team fits. Like you said, held scoreless through 3 quarters, holding them on that 4th down conversion out of the end zone with Josh Allen pump fake like 3 times and ended up scrambling. I think the Eagles in that defense were special today. Give credit. I think Buffalo fought in the 4th quarter, like I said, with Josh Allen with scrambled touchdowns, but they couldn't do enough in the first half. Like you said, shout out Brandon Cooks. I think he had an amazing game. It wasn't enough. Josh Allen played well, wasn't enough. So give credit to James Cook. I think he had a pretty good game as well. I think that target was to Khalil Shakir for the 2-point conversion as well. Not for nothing, like you said.
Real
little
quick,
worried
would you have gone for it or go to play for OT?
OT. I just came back from 13 points down in the quarter. The quarterback haven't completed a pass. Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, you kind of been doing a decent job.
It was pouring, though. It was a hell
of a more of a reason why you should have just tied it.
Yeah, no, I understand both cases. Part of me was like, just play for overtime. Not saying I had Bills -1 or anything, but I was like, hey, just kick it. But, he did just get a block kick. Jalen Carter, that won him the game. But then I understand the aggressiveness of Sean McDermott. Go for the win. I get both sides. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20, but I get both sides. I was reading on Twitter, people were killing him for going for it, obviously because they missed it. But if they would have got it, everyone would have.
Oh yeah. Everybody would have been saying Josh Allen MVP.
Literally. So, yeah, I thought it was a great game though, and these two teams could wind up facing each other down the road, and they're just playing for seeding right now. Eagles are either going to get the 2 seed or the 3. Right now they're in the 3, and then the Buffalo Bills right now they're sitting at the 7th seed. So 2 good teams. It was a playoff matchup, and it kind of looked like it. Real quick, I forgot to talk about Saturday. I totally forgot there were games Saturday. Shout out Houston Texans. They're still alive for the division, man. 20-16. The first couple of drives, Houston came out guns blazing. They opened up to a 14-point lead. Decker wind up missing Cameron Dicker, wind up missing a field goal. I kind of wind up hurting them, but they ran the ball well. Jaden Higgins had a pretty good game with that long 75-yard touchdown. Quentin Johnson, shout out you. Your prop of the week goes over as well. I didn't think Justin Herbert played that bad, if I'm being honest. I just thought the defense kind of let him up early. I didn't think they expected Houston to come out as aggressive as they did.
Yeah, that first ball, honestly, the first 2 drives for the Houston Texans ran perfectly. Not for nothing. So give credit to CJ Stroud in that offense. First 2 drive, ran it to a T. And not for nothing, I think Houston Texans gave life to the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's not forget, they were up 14-0, middle of the field. CJ Stroud throws a touchdown interception to Edgar and James that put the Chargers right in position to come back in the game. So shout out CJ Stroud. I think he had I understand he had the 2 picks, but first half he was flat out amazing. Willie Marks ran the ball pretty well. And the fact that, Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins were the one that hurt you, not really so much Nico Collins. That was a bright spot for the the Houston Texans. We already know what their defense is capable of doing. They won what 7 straight games, 8 straight games, mostly because of that defense. Now, the fact that you have other guys, especially these young guys, stepping up on the outside, not having to rely on Nico Collins to have monster games on the road against a pretty good team, playoff caliber team in the Chargers. To me, that was impressive. Still want to see CJ Stroud play a little cleaner football, but Houston Texans in that defense are for real. So we got there with the prop. We got there with the dog of the week. I still like the Chargers a lot. They're dealing with a lot of injuries on the offensive line, so I'm not surprised that the Chargers was able to. The Houston Texans was able to get 5 sacks on him. Not surprised at all. Another game where Justin Herbert is the leading rusher for the Los Angeles Chargers. That's not a recipe for success. I do like Omarion Hampton, but then he needs to do a little more. Quentin Johnson had himself a great game. The rookie, Goddison, whatever his name is, if he doesn't drop that touchdown at the end zone where they ended up getting an interception off Justin Herbert, we might be having a different conversation. Shout out Houston Texans, impressive win on the road, but CJ Stroud in that offense just needs to clean it up just a little bit, and I'll be ready to say they're contenders.
I did not expect Snoop Huntley, and this is what I get for betting against them. I thought Malik Willis, and honestly, they both played really well. Good. Yeah, they did. He completed, I think, the first 12, 13 pass. I think he was 13 for 13 before incompleting his first pass, but he played well. You know what it really was? They could not stop Derrick Henry.
Henry. That was a King Henry vintage game.
And you knew it was going to happen after 2 weeks ago where they didn't give him the ball, where it was a fireable offense, and then they just gave it. Todd Monken just gave it. 36 carries for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns. They could not stop that, man. And that was my lock, was the Green Bay Packers -3. I did not think Tyler Huntley and Derrick Henry were going to do that to me, but the Ravens are live for the division.
Dale, I tell you what Derrick Henry was able to do, I think he at least shown he still got a lot of life left in those legs. I'm not sure if he's under contract for next year, but he might get another $15, $18 million deal off somebody. Deal. I think Derrick Henry is still that good. Maybe not what he once was, in Tennessee, but there's no doubt after what we saw last on Saturday night, he can still be a top 5 back. 36 carries, 216, 4 tutties. I'm pretty sure he's the first NFL running back in NFL history to have 4 rushing touchdowns with 2 different teams. Derrick Henry, when the Ravens needed Derrick Henry to be at his absolutely best, with their quarterback being down, the season's on the line, he picked up the phone and answered the call. What a game by King Henry, Derrick Henry. Kudos to him. Snoop Huntley coming in, getting the victory. Wasn't great, but he wasn't bad at all. I think he made all the throws he needed to. Honestly, he didn't lit him up with the numbers, but he played a clean game. That's all they needed. Only got sacked 1 time. Shout out Snoop Huntley, an impressive win. And for the opposite side, I think Malik Willis might have just got himself a huge payday. I'm not sure if he's going to be a starter for someone next year, but I think Malik Willis is definitely going to be a viable candidate for numerous teams, and it's going to be a toss-up. I think it's going to be a couple of teams bidding for a pretty damn good backup quarterback. Maybe there's a team or two who might give him a starting shot, but I think Malik Willis at least shown he's one of the best backup quarterbacks in all of football. Coming in last week, getting the victory. Now, getting the starting job with Jordan's health concussion. And like you said, he started the game perfect. Those first 2 throws to Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, I was like, hello. So shout out Malik Willis. To me, he played well, led the team in rushing, almost had 300 passing yards. To me, he did everything you want from your backup quarterback. It was just a tough spot. Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Give credit to Baltimore and John Harbaugh for winning the game that they really needed to.
Yeah, and right now it's halftime for the Sunday night game, 28-21. Brock Purdy's having himself a game. Outside of the pick 6, Christian McCaffrey has 121 rushing yards through the first 2 quarters. He has a touchdown. Brock Purdy has 2 on the ground as well. Caleb Williams is very efficient. 6 for 12, 2 touchdowns. Not really able to run the ball that well against this defense. So we'll see. It's a shootout right now. I am on San Francisco -3, so we'll see how that goes. But didn't get there with my lock. It was the Packers. We get there with my dog with Miami. Teaser is live. I just need the Rams to win by 2. Prop hits Phillip Rivers under 28.5 longest completion. We were very profitable, and we were trying to end it extremely profitable come Monday night. How did you do, kid?
I'm gonna be honest. Overall, I think it's one of my worst weeks of the season. We got there with the dog, so that's good. Houston Texans. We got there with the Quentin Johnson. Prop of the week. Hello.
Hello, the Malik Willis got it.
Yeah. Shout out Malik Willis. And right now we're live for the lock with the 49ers -3. So we couldn't get there with the teaser. The Bucks. I should have known better. I was like, the Bucks are. If there's any place they're gonna win, it's in Miami against a rookie quarterback making his second career start.
Yeah,
I'm surprised about that, but we got there with the dog. We got there with the player prop, and we're looking good. I'm not gonna say it's locked in, but we're looking good for the lock of the week with the 49ers.
Yeah. For Joey, real quick, filling in, he had Texans money line as well. He hit that. Packers -3.5. We did not get there with.
Y'all was both on the Packers heavily. Yeah, I'm surprised.
We both get there with Miami. He gets there with the Pats. First team total over 14.5 was. What a number. We both were on the Steelers. We didn't get there. Jaguars team total over 27.5. That's criminal as well. We get there both with the Saints, and then he was on the Panthers +7.5. So, average Joe. That's what he was over the week. But yeah, overall, it was a really profitable weekend here. By the way, went to my first ever bowl game in Orlando, kid, real quick. The Pop-Tarts Bowl against BYU and Georgia Tech. By the way, so shout out Sophia, my girlfriend, who her uncle had tickets, and we were 50-yard line. And this guy in front of me goes, because I was rooting for BYU. I had the -3.5 and the under, both cash. But he was just like, oh, you from Utah? And by the way, the Mormons travel. It was about 70 to 30 BYU fans, and Georgia is kind of close to Orlando. So I was actually very surprised that BYU had the fan base. But anyway, this guy in front of me was like, oh, you traveling from Utah? I said, oh, no, actually, we're from New Jersey, but my girlfriend's uncle's on the board here, and we got tickets. He goes, oh, I'm on the board too. I'm actually one of the boosters for the University of Florida. I was like, oh, really? I was like, oh, really? I said,
I would have asked him, let me get a couple bands.
Bro, I asked him, I said, I started picking his brain. I said, I was like, oh, so you're in tune. He said, yeah. I was like, oh, I got a sports podcast. I was like, I just gave you guys an A+. I love the hire for John Summerall. He was like, oh, I got John's number. I just talked to him the other day. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's
guy's it.
Yeah, I was like, he was like, yeah, he was like, this is my alma mater, and I'm on the board. I'm one of the boosters. I give a lot of money. I was like, so what was the final straw to letting DJ Langway go? He goes, I don't even want to talk about the. He was sick.
Great question.
He was sick, and so it was funny though. And he goes, oh, if you come to a Gator game, come to the Georgia and Florida game. He goes, it's the biggest cocktail party in the South. I go, yeah, that's bread though. He goes, yeah, it's like $400 or $500. I said, and it was funny. I made him die laughing. I go, if only I knew a booster. He started dying. Didn't get his contact, which I should have, but it was funny that I sat next to a booster and put a lot of money, let's just say, into it. But the reason I brought him up was because where we were at, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be playing in Orlando next year because they're redoing their stadium.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. I didn't know about that. So, but anyway, it was a great game. BYU was down. They scored 15 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to win and cover. It was amazing. Yeah, it was great.
The Mormons were going crazy.
Oh, they were rolling, bro. They were rolling. But yeah, it was a really good game. Outside of that, we get there with Houston -1.5 as well against LSU. But yeah, that was it. Did you bet any college football bowl games?
Nah,
No,
I'm
right?
just there. I will probably, get some action on
We
the
got
New
playoffs
Year's.
coming up.
Yeah, get some
Yeah.
action on the New Year's.
All right, kid. Let's get into Monday Night Football. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World's Favorite Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor our tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick. Just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching Monday Night Football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe you're at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Monday Night Football, and let's go to Georgia, where we will head to the Mercedes-Benz Arena, and the Falcons are hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Rams laying 7.5 here on the road, -370 on the money line, +295 for the Falcons. Total is 49.5. I already have them in a teaser. I'm invested in them, but I'm going to lay the 7.5 here on the road with the Rams. I just think this is a really good spot for them. I just think they're banged up, coming off a huge win, Atlanta, last week. I expect a major letdown here. I'm not a big Raheem Morris fan. Kirk Cousins, he's okay, but against this defense, I just don't expect him to have a good game. So we'll see. Drake London is a go, right? Drake London is a go. He's going to play.
Playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So watch out for props. But yeah, I'm going to take him. I already have him in a teaser, but I got the Rams here.
Yeah, I didn't think about it this one too much. I'm gonna just lay the 7.5 here with the Los Angeles Rams. They want a shot at the division. They have to win this game to give themselves a shot. They have to win this game to give themselves opportunity for the #1 seed. And I think they got to take care of business. I think defensively, I think they're going to be able to put pressure on Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to be able to maybe turn the ball over once or twice. So I expect a big game from Jared Verse in that defensive line. And realistically, I understand Kirk Cousins has been playing decent as of late. Kyle Pitts has been rolling, but I think Matthew Stafford, even without Devontae Adams, we saw it last week. Puka Nacua is just flat out special. His over-under is 108 yards. That's one of the highest totals I've seen in a while for a wide receiver. And I'm be honest, might be too small. It might be too small. So I like the Blake Corum and Carla Williams a dual threat as of late. And Matthew Stafford, he deserves to be the favorite of the MVP, and he should be. I'm going to lay the 7.5 here with the Rams. I'm going to say they win 27-17. They win by 10.
27-17. So the game goes under 49.5, right? You think a lower scoring game? Yeah, I would agree. I like that as well. Let's get to the props. You were hinting at them. And our prop segment of the week is presented by Props.Cash, the best way to research your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or on the Props.Cash app. You get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now, and sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25 on the screen, DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Kid, you were speaking of the MVP. I'm going to go right to him. Give me Matthew Stafford over 22.5 completions at -115. I mean, he's going to have a great day here against a secondary that is not good. They blitz a lot. They're not good against the deep pass. And Matthew Stafford is a top 5 quarterback against the blitz, according to PFF. So, Atlanta, they have deep safeties. They're aggressive on the pass rush. I just think he's great against the blitz. He's going to hit Devontae Adams, who I think is going to play. He's going to hit Puka Nacua and his tight ends out in the backfield. So he's completed 22 or more throws in 4 of his last 5 outings and 6 of his last 8 games as well. So I think he gets anywhere from like 25 to 27 completions. So over 22.5, I think the number is a little small.
I like it just because I feel like he has to have a big game because of what Drake maybe did today. Even though he still deserves to be the favorite, I think he has to at least show up and have a nice game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the opposite side, Dale. Give me Kyle Pitts over
Mm.
55.5 receiving yards at -110. To be honest, for the stretch he's been these last, 3 to 5 weeks, I think this number is too low. I think he should go. I'm gonna say he gets at least 8 targets, 60 plus yards, maybe 75. I know Drake London is back, but he had a quiet week last week, and I expect Matthew Stafford and the Rams to be up. So I expect Kirk Cousins and that offense to be passing a lot. I expect Kyle Pitts to go over this number. It's a short number. Give me over 55.5 Kyle Pitts at -110.
I love it. Kid, any NBA for tomorrow? It's a big slate. I know your Nets got to stop winning. What are you doing right now, kid?
It's still early on. We got to get to over 18.5. After
You guys
that,
have 10 wins.
yeah, before the All-Star break. So we're most likely gonna hit the over 18.5 wins once again. I think that'll be three straight
3 years
years
in a row. It's an annual thing. At this point, it's an auto bet.
Yeah. Let's start 7 o'clock Monday. Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Giannis is back in the lineup. Look good against the Bucks. I'm gonna lay the 2.5 here on the road against the Charlotte Hornets. Next game, Denver Nuggets taking on the Miami Heat. Joker is on the run, Joe. You saw that Christmas game, and then I
That
think
56-point triple header was insane, bro.
yeah, and then he followed it up with a 34-point triple double. So
he's the best player in the league. I've said that for a year now.
yeah, and I think he's just rolling. Give me Denver -2.5 on the road. Golden State taking on the Brooklyn Nets. I'm surprised Golden State is only laying 3.5 here. Dill, do you know in the month of September who's been the best defensive team in all the NBA?
Well, since you're asking me, probably the Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets have been holding their opponents to an average of 102 points a game.
That's gonna stop.
That's gonna stop. I'm gonna just stay away. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna lay the 3.5 with the Golden State Warriors. All I'm gonna say is it'll be a tough time getting a couple buckets in Brooklyn. Next game, your New York Knicks taking on the Pelicans.
Lay it.
I would tease down the Knicks to 3.5, 4.5, whatever.
They're worse than you guys.
Yeah, you can make the case.
And they're going to be without Jose Alvarado. He got it popping.
Yeah, he was throwing punches. He
saw
landed that right hook.
haymaker.
Yeah. Shout out Marcus Williams. Marvin Williams.
The Marcus Williams just smacked him on the back of the head.
He didn't know what to do. He did not play this. I would not think any NBA player is going to swing. So
except Draymond.
Draymond never swung. He might kick.
My man punched Jordan Poole in the mouth.
That was practice. He never punched somebody.
Your own teammate is crazy.
But I'm gonna be honest, you disrespected him.
No, I agree. I was watching that video the other day. He really put his hips into it. He could have broke Jordan Poole's jaw.
Bro, the fact that they were like on the baseline, that shit went all the way to the pads.
Yo, I'll never forget that. Draymond's a legend.
Yeah, shout out Draymond. And then the last game, I would probably take the Bulls +5.5 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We just saw the Timberwolves lose at home against my Brooklyn Nets. Not for nothing, Chicago is decent. I understand they've been struggling as of late. Let's not forget the Chicago Bulls was the #1 seed for the first 2-3 weeks of the NBA season. So I'm gonna take the 5.5 here with Chicago at home. I do expect Minnesota to bounce back and win the game, though.
Josh Giddey's actually almost averaging a triple-double.
He always averaged a damn near triple-double. Yeah,
he's averaging 19, 9, and 9.
Shout out Josh Giddey, man. He's always been a hell of a player.
Yeah,
he just, they
don't respect him. They can, but they choose not to.
And for nine, he got traded mid-season. He might have a ring.
He should. I hope he does. That's a good tribute.
That happened in the off-season.
Yeah,
but he should have a ring, man.
Yeah. But all right, kid, I appreciate the hell out of you. I know we're up against the time, but I appreciate you. We'll see if we get one before the new year. If not, we'll talk to you after the new year. Just stay tuned.
New Year's Eve, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see, but just stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, and we appreciate everyone. And if we don't talk to you, have a great new year, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.